12 R&B duets, 5 decades, chemistry you could feel through the radio. You've slow danced to these songs at weddings. You've cried to them after breakups. You've watched these voices blend into something neither artist could create alone. But here's what most people don't know. Ooh, baby, oh. Some of these partnerships were built on tragedy, some on studio accidents, and some were lightning in a bottle that could never be recreated. From Motown to streaming, these are the duets that prove two voices are sometimes better than one. That we could never be more than. Let's start where the magic began, with two artists who barely knew each other, but created something the world would never forget. Number 12, Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. Ain't No Mountain High Enough, 1967. 1967, Motown. A 22-year-old singer named Tammy Terrell walks into the studio to record with Marvin Gaye for the first time. They'd never worked together before, hadn't even really talked. But here's what nobody expected. When Ashford and Simpson handed them Ain't No Mountain High Enough, something happened that you can't manufacture. You can't force it. That kind of vocal chemistry either exists or it doesn't. And with Marvin and Tammy, it existed. The song hits number 3 R&B, number 19 pop. But more than the chart positions, there's something about the way their voices move together, like they're finishing each other's thoughts, not just trading verses. Marvin later said he didn't know how gifted Tammy was until they started singing together. And if you've ever been surprised by how well you connect with someone new, that moment when the conversation just flows and you think, where have you been? You know that feeling. But here's the thing about Tammy and Marvin that makes this story different from every other duet partnership. No matter how far, don't worry, baby, just call my... They recorded 3 albums together between 1967 and 69. Your Precious Love, If I Could Build My World Around You, You're All I Need to Get By, hit after hit. People assumed they were together romantically. The chemistry was that real, but they were just friends, close friends, the kind where you show up for each other when it matters. And then mid-performance in October 1967, just months after Ain't No Mountain High Enough hits the charts, Tammy collapses in Marvin's arms on stage. Brain tumor. She's 22 years old. They keep recording, but her health deteriorates. By the time their 3rd album drops, Tammy can barely stand in the studio. Some of those final sessions, she's sitting, holding on to the mic stand just to stay upright. March 16th, 1970, Tammy Terrell dies. She's 24. Marvin stops performing live for years. The grief is too much. He'd attended her funeral, and something in him broke that day. If you've ever lost someone you built something beautiful with, not a romantic partner, just someone whose presence made you better, you know it's a different kind of heartbreak. It's not about what you lost. It's about what you'll never create together again. Ain't No Mountain High Enough becomes Diana Ross's solo hit a year later. The song lives on, but the partnership that first brought it to life, that ended in a hospital room when Tammy was still too young to understand how permanent her legacy would be. Number 11, Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway. Where is the Love, 1972. Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway didn't just meet at Howard University. She was his teacher. He was her student. Years later, they're both on Atlantic Records, both carving out solo careers, and label executive Jerry Wexler has an idea. What if they sang together?
I guess it must have been my fate.
1972, Where Is the Love drops. The song hits number 5 on the Hot 100, number 1 R&B, number 1 adult contemporary. But here's what's interesting about this duet compared to every other one on this list. They're not singing to each other. They're both singing as the person who got left behind. It's a song about watching someone you love go back to their ex. And if you've ever been the person standing there thinking, I thought you said you were done with them, yeah, you know that specific kind of humiliation.
Why did you have to lie?
The Grammy comes in 73, Best Pop Performance by a Duo. Their voices don't compete. Roberta's soprano and Donnie's earthy tone just blend like they were always supposed to sing together. And for the next few years, it seems like they were follow-up duets. More albums, tours, they have a partnership that works. Then comes 1978. The Closer I Get to You gives them another number 1 R&B hit. They're working on a second duets album. Everything's moving forward, except Donnie's struggling.
If you had a sudden change of heart.
Depression, paranoid schizophrenia, mood swings that his friends and family are trying to help him manage, but can't always reach. January 13th, 1979. Donny Hathaway checks into a New York hotel. Hours later, he's found dead. 15 floors down, he's 33 years old.
Let me know.
The official ruling is suicide, though some people close to him still question what happened that night. Roberta finishes their duets album alone. It's released as Roberta Flack, featuring Donny Hathaway. She performs their songs for decades after, including a 2010 Grammy performance of Where Is the Love with Maxwell, 31 years after Donnie's death. And every time she sings it, you can hear what's missing. That second voice that made the first one complete. If you've ever had a creative partnership end too soon, not because you grew apart, but because life just took them away, you understand why she kept singing those songs. It wasn't nostalgia, it was honoring what you built together before the ending you didn't choose. Real talk, only 9% of you are subscribed. That hurts. We're spending hours digging through archives, fact-checking every detail, bringing these stories back to life. And if you're watching this far, you clearly care. So hit subscribe. It's free and takes 2 seconds. Now, to my subscribers, barely any of you have joined the membership. And honestly, that stings even more. You know the work we put in. You keep coming back. If these videos have ever made you feel something, if this music means something to you, join the membership. It's $1 coffee a month, and it's the only way we keep this going. Let's build this together. All right, back to it. Number 10, Diana Ross and Lionel Richie, Endless Love, 1981. 1981. Director Franco Zeffirelli wants a song for his movie Endless Love. He approaches Lionel Richie, still with the Commodores at this point, not yet solo, and asks for an instrumental. Just music, no words. Lionel delivers. Then Zeffirelli says, actually, I want lyrics and I want it to be a duet. Lionel's internal panic is real. I've never written a duet before in my life, he'll admit later. And when they suggest Diana Ross as his duet partner, Diana Ross, who's already at the top of the food chain, who's been a solo star for over a decade, Lionel's freaking out. But here's what makes this story fascinating. Diana and Lionel barely have time to record. They show up one morning in Reno, both barely awake, Diana having just performed in Lake Tahoe the night before. And they've got to nail this in one session. Diana's a perfectionist. Lionel, by his own admission, is not always on time. Diana will later say in her autobiography that their working relationship was difficult. Yet somehow in that 16-track studio in Reno, with both of them exhausted and Diana already mentally checking out of Motown for her new deal with RCA, they create something that becomes the biggest duet of the rock era. June 26, 1981. Endless Love drops. Within weeks, it's #1. It stays there for 9 consecutive weeks. #1 Hot 100, #1 R&B, #1 Adult Contemporary. All 3 simultaneously for 3 weeks straight, the only duet in history to pull that off. Over 3 million copies sold. 5 Grammy nominations, and Billboard will later call it the greatest song duet of all time. The movie? Modest box office at best, but the song becomes the template for every romantic duet that follows. The arrangement is lush but intimate, Diana's soprano floating over Lionel's smooth tenor. My love, there's only you in my life. Lyrics so simple they shouldn't work, except they do, because the delivery sells the emotion. And here's the irony that still gets me. This becomes Diana's final single for Motown, her goodbye to the label that made her a star. For Lionel, it's his introduction as a solo artist, the song that sets up his entire 80s run. They're moving in opposite directions. She's leaving. He's arriving. And the song they create together is about love that never ends. If you've ever made something great with someone during a transition, when you're both changing, both moving toward different futures, you know how strange it feels. The thing you created is permanent, but the moment that made it possible, that was just a window. And once it closes, you never get it back quite the same way. Endless Love plays at weddings 40 plus years later, but Diana and Lionel, they record that song once in Reno, barely awake, lightning in a bottle. #9, Peabo Bryson and Roberta Flack. Tonight, I Celebrate My Love, 1983. 1983. Roberta Flack's already had her duet success with Donny Hathaway. Now she's looking for a new duet partner, and Peabo Bryson's name comes up. They'd worked together before on the 1980 album Live and More, so they know each other's voices. But this time, producer Michael Masser has a song he's been shopping around. Diana Ross turned it down. RCA passed. Masser's thinking maybe Barbra Streisand. Then Roberta hears it and says, "I think I can sing that." She brings Peabo over to Masser's house. They preview Tonight I Celebrate My Love. And here's what's interesting. This isn't a song about longing or heartbreak or lost love like most duets. This is about intimacy, physical intimacy. When I Make Love to You isn't subtle. For 1983, for adult contemporary radio, this is pushing boundaries without being explicit. When I make love to you. It's sensual without being crude. The production is pure 80s sophistication. Paul Jackson Jr. on guitar. Those keyboards that define the decade. Everything lush and layered. Peebo's smooth tenor and Roberta's elegant soprano who don't fight for space. They make room for each other. And if you slow danced to this song at a wedding or prom and felt like everyone in the room disappeared except the person in your arms, you know why this song works. It creates a bubble. The rest of the world just fades. Tonight I Celebrate My Love hits number 16 pop, number 5 R&B, number 4 adult contemporary, but here's where it really explodes.
There'll be no distance between us.
The UK, number 2 in Britain. Roberta and Peebo's all-time best UK chart showing. The song travels Canada, Australia, Finland, Netherlands, Ireland, Norway, South Africa. It becomes Peebo's calling card. Years later, he'll do 2 Disney duets, Beauty and the Beast with Celine Dion, A Whole New World with Regina Belle, but Tonight I Celebrate My Love is the one that established him as the duet guy. And Roberta, this is her return to duet success after losing Donny Hathaway 4 years earlier. Different partner, different sound, different energy, but proof that she could still create magic with another voice, that the magic wasn't just with Donny, it was in her waiting for the right match. The promotional video for this song is Roberta's first ever music video. At 46 years old, she's finally doing what every new artist does, performing for the camera, not just the microphone. And you can see in her face she's not sure about it. But the song doesn't need the video. The song stands alone. If you've ever rebuilt something after loss, not trying to recreate what you had, but finding a different version that still works, you get why this duet matters.
When I make love to you.
It's not about replacing Donny. It's about continuing forward, and that's harder than it sounds. Number 8, Brandy and Monica, The Boy Is Mine, 1998. 1998, Brandy's 19, Monica's 17. Both are R&B breakouts with platinum albums, but neither has hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Both peaked at number 2. They're close, but not quite there. Then comes The Boy Is Mine. Brandy's watching the Jerry Springer Show and the episodes about love triangles. She gets an idea, flip Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney's The Girl Is Mine from the female perspective. She writes it with Rodney Darkchild Jerkins as a solo track first. Then they realize it has to be a duet. Brandy's label approaches Monica's game. But here's what nobody expected. The media's already decided these two are rivals, Brandy and Monica. For some reason, the industry kept comparing young black female R&B singers like there could only be one. Monica will say later, "We didn't even know each other. People compared us and I never understood it." So they take the song, lean into the rivalry narrative, let people think it's real. Because at 17 and 19, they understand something. Controversy sells. May 19th, 1998, The Boy Is Mine drops. 3 weeks later, it hits number 1. Then it stays there for 13 consecutive weeks. Best-selling song of the year, 2.6 million copies sold. Longest running female duet in U.S. chart history. But by now, the behind-the-scenes tension is real. Monica's allegedly upset when Brandy performs it solo on The Tonight Show. Brandy's reportedly irritated when Monica uses the song title for her album. By the time they perform together at the MTV Video Music Awards, rumors fly that they came to blows during rehearsal. And here's the wild part. The tension made the song bigger. People wanted to believe these two really were fighting over some guy. Made the performances more electric. Made the song feel dangerous. If you've ever worked with someone where the chemistry was undeniable, but the relationship was complicated, where you created something great together, but didn't necessarily want to hang out afterward, you understand this dynamic. Monica and Brandy eventually reconcile. They performed together in 2008, then again in 2012. But that 1998 VMA performance, that's the only televised performance of The Boy Is Mine they'll ever do together. One song, one moment, 13 weeks at number one. Number 7, Usher and Alicia Keys, My Boo, 2004.
It's the only way we know how to rock.
2004. Usher's Confessions album is already dominating. Yeah, spent 12 weeks at number one. Burn gave him another chart topper. Then comes the re-release with one more track, a duet with Alicia Keys called My Boo. Here's how it almost didn't happen.
My boo. I'm like,
Producer Jermaine Dupri's thinking through female singers to pair with Usher. Beyonce's name comes up, but Dupree remembers Usher and Alicia already worked together on the remix of If I Ain't Got You. They had chemistry. Why not go back to that?
It's alright, it's okay.
So they write My Boo from the perspective of two exes who still hold a special place for each other. Not the dramatic, I can't live without you kind. The quieter, more honest kind.
let me tell you, sister.
You will always be my boo. That person from your past who, even though you've both moved on, still occupies a corner of your heart that nobody else gets to touch. August 29th, 2004. My Boo drops.
I don't know about y'all, but I know about
It's the only way we
It debuts at number 29, highest entry for any Confession single. By week 8, it hits number 1. Stays there for 6 weeks. Grammy for Best R&B Performance by a Duo. But here's what makes My Boo different.
y'all know about y'all, but I know about us. It's the only way.
The music video becomes this nostalgic flashback of young love, school hallways, basketball courts, that innocent first kiss energy. After it drops, rumors start that Usher and Alicia are actually together. They're not. But the chemistry is that real. Middle schools around the world adopt this song. If you were in 7th or 8th grade in 2004 and had your first slow dance, this was probably playing. My Boo becomes the millennial puppy love anthem. Then comes 2024. Usher performs it with Alicia at the Super Bowl halftime show. 20 years later, and the crowd knows every word, because some songs don't just capture a moment in music history, they capture a moment in your personal history.
Do you remember, girl? I was the one who gave you your first.
The song's been certified 5 times platinum, ranked number 1 greatest R&B duet of the 21st century by Vibe in 2025. Not bad for a song that almost starred someone else entirely.
That's my baby. No matter how I try to.
If you've ever wondered what happened to that person you called your boo back in the day, yeah, this song is why you're thinking about them right now.
Always be my boo.
Number 6, Luther Vandross and Cheryl Lynn, If This World Were Mine, 1982.
Birds and the bees, and with your love beside
Before we move forward, let's go back for a second.
mine.
1982. Luther Vandross is building his solo career after years of background vocals and production work. He wants to do a duet, and he picks a Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell classic, If This World Were Mine. But here's what Luther understands that a lot of artists miss when they cover duets.
And there's no hesitation.
You can't try to recreate the original. Marvin and Tammy's version from 1967 had that Motown exuberance, that upbeat joy.
I would place at your feet all.
Luther takes the same song and slows it down, makes it intimate, turns it into a late-night conversation between two people imagining what life could be if they had complete control. He brings in Cheryl Lynn, the got-to-be-real singer who's got vocal power and range for days. And what they create together is a slow jam that becomes a staple at black weddings and anniversaries for the next 40 years.
Oh yeah, the way that you do.
Luther's smooth baritone and Cheryl's soaring vocals don't compete. They complement. It's devotion, not desperation. Confidence, not pleading. The song doesn't explode on pop radio, but it doesn't need to. It finds its home on R&B stations and in living rooms and at family gatherings.
You could have anything if this.
It's the song you play when you want to remind someone why you're still here, still choosing them, still building something together. And if you've ever been in a relationship long enough that the butterflies fade, but something deeper takes their place, that's what this song is about. Not the spark, the foundation.
So sunny and blue, and if you.
Luther will go on to have more high-profile duets, but this one with Cheryl Lynn remains one of the most elegant. Proof that sometimes a cover can honor the original while creating something entirely new.
When you want me, pick up the phone and call me.
Number 5, James Ingram and Patty Austin, Baby Come to Me, 1982. 1981. Quincy Jones is producing James Ingram's debut. Rod Temperton writes a song called Baby Come to Me, and Quincy brings in Patty Austin, who's already been singing professionally since she was 4 years old. Did a Tonight Show appearance at age 5 with Sammy Davis Jr. to duet with James. The song drops in 1981, gets some R&B airplay, peaks at number 73 on the Hot 100. Not a hit, just another album track that comes and goes. Then comes 1983. The soap opera General Hospital needs music for Luke and Laura's storyline, the biggest soap opera romance in television history. They pick Baby Come to Me. Suddenly, the song is everywhere. Daytime TV audiences hear it, fall in love with it, request it at radio stations. Warner Brothers re-releases the single. February 1983, it hits number 1 on the Hot 100, stays there for 2 weeks. James Ingram's biggest hit, Patty Austin's only number 1, all because a soap opera needed a love theme. And here's what's beautiful about that. Sometimes the best songs don't hit the first time. Sometimes they need context, a moment, a reason for people to really hear them. Baby Come to Me was always a great duet. Those harmonies, that melody, the way James and Patty's voices wrap around each other. But it took Luke and Laura to make the world pay attention. If you've ever felt like you were ahead of your time, like people just weren't ready for what you had to offer until later, this song is proof that timing is everything. The song didn't change, the moment did. Number 4, Renee and Angela, Your Smile, 1985. 1985. Renee Moore and Angela Winbush have been making music together since 1979. They're a duo, a real partnership, writing and producing their own material. Not just two singers brought together for one song. They live this collaboration. Your Smile drops from their Street Called Desire album. It's a quiet storm classic, that smooth mid-tempo R&B that defined late night radio in the 80s. The song is about devotion, about how someone's smile can change your entire day, your entire mood, your entire world. And when Renee and Angela sing it, you believe them because they're not acting. They're creating from inside the partnership. The song hits number 2 on the R&B charts. It becomes their signature. And years later, when Usher and Beyonce remake it as Bad Girl, well, technically it's a sample and interpolation. People who know the original recognize it immediately. That melody, that smooth production, that feeling. But here's what's interesting about Renee and Angela compared to other duos on this list. They're not just duet partners, they're a self-contained unit. Writing, producing, arranging, performing. They don't need outside producers or songwriters. They are the machine. And if you've ever been in a creative partnership where you don't have to explain your vision because your partner already sees it, where you finish each other's sentences not because it's cute, but because you're genuinely on the same wavelength, you understand why Renee and Angela's music feels different. It's not two solo artists collaborating. It's one creative mind split between two people. Your Smile remains a wedding staple, a slow dance favorite, a reminder that sometimes that the quietest songs leave the deepest mark. Number 3, Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway. The Closer I Get to You, 1978.
Over and over.
We talked about Roberta and Donny earlier with Where Is the Love, but we need to come back to them because The Closer I Get to You is the song that proves their chemistry wasn't a fluke. It wasn't just one perfect moment. It was a genuine connection that produced magic every time they stepped into a studio together.
In a special way, oh baby.
1978, 6 years after Where's the Love. They're both still recording solo, both still touring, but they come back together for Roberta's Blue Lights in the Basement album.
Gravity. Yeah, 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 yeah.
James Mtoom and Reggie Lucas write this song, just a simple, beautiful statement about falling deeper in love the more time you spend with someone.
Oh, baby, yeah. I'm lying here next to you.
The closer I get to you, the more you make me see. It's not complicated, but Roberta and Donny don't need complicated. Their voices do all the work. His earthy warmth, her crystalline clarity. They don't sing at each other, they sing with each other. And that makes all the difference. The song hits number 2 R&B for 5 weeks. Gets stuck behind Too Much, Too Little, Too Late by Johnny Mathis and Denise Williams, another duet, coincidentally. But The Closer I Get to You outlives its chart position. It becomes one of those songs that gets covered endlessly. Beyonce and Luther Vandross, Jill Scott and Anthony Hamilton. Everyone wants to try to capture what Roberta and Donny had, but here's what nobody talks about. This is the last successful duet they'll release together. They start working on a second duets album, get halfway through. Then January 13th, 1979 happens.
I wanna wrap it up and rub it out, baby.
Donny's gone. The album Roberta Flack featuring Donny Hathaway gets released posthumously with whatever tracks they'd finished. So, The Closer I Get to You becomes something else.
Yeah, yeah. Sweet as gravity.
It's no longer just a love song. It's the last time we hear these two voices together at their peak. The last time Roberta and Donnie create something new. And when you know that, when you know this is the closing statement of a partnership that should have continued for decades, it hits different. If you've ever had a final conversation with someone and didn't know it was the final conversation until later, when you're replaying every word, wishing you'd said more, wishing you'd known, that's what the closer I get to you feels like now.
In our hearts in love with true love.
A goodbye that nobody knew was coming.
All the while inside, I knew it was real.
Number 2, Alexander O'Neal and Cherrelle, Saturday Love, 1985. 1985. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis are building their Minneapolis sound, that funk R&B fusion that'll define the next decade. They've got Alexander O'Neal, who's got this powerful, almost aggressive vocal style.
When I think about you.
And they've got Cherrelle, who's got sweetness and vulnerability. On paper, these two shouldn't work together. Too different. But Jam and Lewis know something about chemistry. They paired them on Saturday Love. The song is about that feeling when you've been working all week, dealing with stress and bills and responsibilities. And the only thing getting you through is knowing that Saturday night, you get to be with the person who makes everything else disappear.
After all this time, my heart still feels.
Waiting, anticipating for your sweet love, that build up, that yearning. Alexander's rough edges and Cheryl's smooth delivery create this push and pull tension that makes the song breathe. Saturday Love hits number 2 R&B, number 26 pop, bigger in the UK where it reaches number 6. And suddenly Alexander and Cherrelle are a package deal. They'll record together multiple times over the next few years. Never Knew Love Like This in 1988 gives them another hit, but Saturday Love is the one that defines them, the one that makes people say their names together like they're one unit. And here's what I love about this duet. It's working class. It's not about endless love or soulmates or poetic declarations. It's about Saturday night, about that moment when you clock out, shower off the week, and go see the person who reminds you why you're doing all this in the first place. If you've ever counted down the hours until you could see someone, not because the relationship is dramatic or complicated, just because they're your favorite person to be around, Saturday Love is your song. Alexander and Cherrelle prove that sometimes the best duets aren't about range or vocal acrobatics, they're about contrast. About two different energies meeting in the middle and creating something neither could make alone. Number 1, Bill Withers and Grover Washington Jr., Just the Two of Us, 1981. 1980. Grover Washington Jr. is a jazz saxophonist looking for something different for his Winelight album. Ralph McDonald and William Salter, the same team that wrote Where Is the Love for Roberta and Donnie, have this song, but they need a singer. Enter Bill Withers. He's already given us Ain't No Sunshine, Lean on Me, Lovely Day. He's a songwriter, a vocalist who doesn't show off, just tells the truth. And when he sings Just the Two of Us, he's not performing, he's confiding. We can make it if we try, just the two of us, you and I. It's almost conversational. Like he's sitting across from you, holding your hand, telling you that whatever's happening outside this room doesn't matter. The world can be chaos, but inside this moment, it's just us.
Just the two of us building big castles.
Grover's saxophone doesn't just accompany, it's the other voice in the duet. The way that sax line wraps around Bill's vocals, that's the conversation. That's the call and response. Bill sings, Grover answers. They're building something together without saying a word.
On the window down the hall, and it becomes the morning dew.
February 1981, Just the Two of Us hits number 2 on the Hot 100, Stuck Behind 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton, and then Keep On Loving You by REO Speedwagon. But it wins the Grammy for Best R&B Song.
Just the two of us. We can make it.
Gets covered by Will Smith in the 90s as a tribute to his son. Becomes a wedding staple, a father-daughter dance song, a first dance song, a We Got Through It song. Because here's what Just the Two of Us understands that a lot of love songs miss. Love isn't about the grand gestures. It's about the decision to keep showing up, to keep trying, to believe that together you can make it through whatever comes next. And that's why this duet, this collaboration between a singer and a saxophonist, lands at number 1.
We look for love, no time for tears. Wasted water's all.
Not because it's the most technically impressive, not because it sold the most copies, but because it captures something essential about partnership, about the choice to face the world with someone else by your side. Bill Withers and Grover Washington Jr. only recorded this one song together, but that was enough. One song, one perfect statement about what it means to share your life with another person.
The sun comes shining through. To make
Not losing yourself, not depending on them to complete you, just choosing to walk through it together. That's the whole point.
things might come to those who wait, but not for those who wait too late.
If you've ever looked at someone and thought, I can do this as long as you're here. Not because you can't do it alone, but because having them there makes it better. You get why Just the Two of Us is number 1.
We gotta go for all we know. Just the two.
Because at the end of the day, that's what every great duet is about. 2 voices, 1 moment, making something together that neither could create alone.